Hi, this is Fija. Welcome to my legal classes. Today my topic is about types of negotiable instruments. Types of negotiable instruments. Promissory note, bill of exchange, check. Promissory note section 4. Promissory note meaning. A promissory note is a legal financial instrument issued by one party promising to pay the debt owed to another party. Also, a signed document containing a written promise to pay a stated sum to a specific person or the bearer at a specific date or on demand. In India, promissory note is a legal instrument in which one party guarantees or promises in writing to pay a determinate amount of cash to the other. Definition. A promissory note is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. Parties to promissory note. Maker. The person who makes the promissory note and promise to pay is called maker. Payee. The person to whom the payment is to be done is called the payee. The person who borrows the money is known as maker or promiser, who has taken money by writing or signed it, or executed the promissory note. To whom the promise was done is known as payee. After maturity, maker should give money to pay. Essentials of a promissory note. The promissory note must be in writing. It must contain an undertaking to pay. There must be an express promise to pay. The promise to pay should be unconditional. The promissory note must be signed by the maker. The sum payable must be certain. The instrument must contain a promise to pay money and money only. Other important points. The maker and payee must be certain. Stamping of promissory note is essential under the Indian Stamp Act 1899. An unstamped promissory note is not admissible in evidence and no suit can be maintained. It must contain date. The limitation period for a promissory note to file a suit is 3 years from the date of execution or from the date of acknowledgement. Bill of Exchange, Section 5. Meaning, bill of exchange is a written order binding one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party on demand or at some point in the future. Definition. A bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. Parties to bills of exchange. Drawer, drawee, payee. Drawer, the person who executes a bill of exchange. Drawee, the person who give an acceptance to bill of exchange. In bills of exchange, when person sold goods on credit basis, that is seller, buyer. Seller is also known as drawer, buyer is also known as drawee. Drawer is who the person who executes a bill of exchange. Drawee is the person who give an acceptance to bill of exchange. The drawer, the person who executes a bill of exchange for acceptance, he should deliver. After that, drawee, the person who buys, he will check the invoice value and goods bill of exchange amount. He will accept the bill of exchange. The bill of exchange was written by seller. Like he ordered before that, I ordered to pay sum of amount on date. The buyer will accept, that is drawee. The drawee accepted the bill of exchange and it returned to drawer. The drawer will ask the money on the date. Drawer, the person who orders to pay or who makes a bill is called a drawer. Drawee, the person who directed to pay is drawee. When the drawee accepted the bill, he is called acceptor. Payee, the person to whom the payment is made is called a payee. Here, if the drawer has to pay to any other person, he says that I have sold the goods to the person. He accepts the bill, the on date. You take the money from the person that I have sold the goods. That is drawer said to other person. Here, drawer endorsement. Endorse means transfers to other person on his name. Like I order to pay sum of amount on his name and he signs. If the endorsee holds the instrument till the date of maturity, endorsee becomes payee. And here, endorsee can transfer the instrument till the maturity date arrives. Can be transferred many times. At last, the instrument or bill holds called as payee. At the time of maturity date, by endorsement from person to many persons, the drawer will pay the amount to payee. If the endorsement doesn't happen, the drawer will become payee. The person who sells the goods on credit basis, he has to execute the bill of exchange. Essentials of bill of exchange. Parties should be certain. Every bills of exchange must be stamped according to the provisions of the Indian Stamp Act 1899. It should specifically mention the date and place, the payment or the place where it is drawn. Order to pay. Order in this section does not mean a command but a request or a direction. The time of payment must be indicated in the bill with certainty. The amount payable must be certain. The consideration of bill of exchange should be paid only by way of money only. Other important points. A bill of exchange must be drawn unconditionally, though the acceptor or the endorser may make his liability conditional. Direction of payment by the drawer must not be made to depend upon a contingency. Therefore, it is the essence of a bill of exchange that it should be payable at all events and it must appear so on its face. It is essential that a bill of exchange should point out with certainty the party who enters into the contract, imported by its terms. Thus, the signature of the drawer is necessary, and there cannot be a bill even if the instrument accepted without the signature of the drawee. It must indicate a drawee who should be called on to accept or pay it. The drawee must be named or otherwise indicated in the bill with certain or reasonable certainty. Types of bills. Inland bills. Two essential conditions to make an inland instrument are the instrument must have been drawn or made in India. The instrument must be payable in India or the drawing must be in India. Foreign bills. All bills which are not inland are deemed to be foreign bills. Normally, foreign bills are drawn in the sets of 3 copies. Trade bills. A bill drawn and accepted for a genuine trade transaction is termed as a trade bill. When trader sells goods on credit, he may make use of a bill of exchange. Accommodation bill. An accommodation bill is a bill in which person lends or gives his name to obligate friend or some person whom he knows. In other words, a bill which is drawn, accepted, or endorsed without consideration is called an accommodation bill. The party lending his name to oblige the other person is known as the accommodating or accommodation party, and the party so obliged is called the party accommodation. An accommodation party is not liable on the instrument to the party accommodated because as between them there was no consideration and the instrument was only for help. But the accommodation party is liable to a holder for value who takes the accommodation bill for value, though such holder may not be a holder in due course. What is check? Section 6. Meaning, check refers to a negotiable instrument that contains an unconditional order to the bank to pay a certain sum mentioned in the instrument from the drawer's account to the person to whom it is issued or to the order of the specified person or the bearer. It also includes truncated check and check in electronic form. Definition. A check is a bill of exchange drawn upon a specified banker and payable on demand. And it includes the electronic image of a truncated check and check in the electronic form. The person who executes the check is called drawer. The person to whom the check has given is payee. When you are executing the check to the banker, it is an implied directions that please honor the payment. The person who present the instrument, that is check. Here the banker is drawing. A check must be an order in writing. It must contain an unconditional order. A check must be signed by the maker. The amount must be specifically mentioned in figure and words. A check may be drawn payable to order or bearer. There are two kinds of checks prevailing nowadays. The check must contain the date, pay to be certain. In this video, we have learned types of negotiable instruments. Thanks for watching.